So now head into our next set of matches with another matchup of a feud between two dudes.
Making his way to the ring from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing in at 210 pounds,
D-Bry finally gets his hands on Tetsuya Naito tonight. Dating back to Genesis, where it all started with Naito just constantly egging Bryan on and goading him in to physical confrontations, only for one to not happen at all. Constantly being a pain in the ass of Daniel Bryan. Naito has been playing mind games with Daniel Bryan, leading all the way up until this match. But Naito has no choice now. He has to get in the ring with Daniel Bryan. This matchup was confirmed, finally, back on this last episode of Voltage, after these two had their final confrontation, in which Naito once again backed down from Daniel Bryan. I believe it was Bryan who called Naito out that time. Naito answered, but then left again.
weighing in at 225 pounds, Tetsuya Naito.
Naito hasn't had the best of luck here in UCW, and that kind of does, in a way, date back to his matchup with Daniel Bryan. Or you could possibly even go as far back as the UCW Men's World Title tournament to crown the first ever champion, where he was eliminated in round one by the eventual winner of the tournament, Kenny Omega. And Naito's been kind of spiraling out of control win-loss-wise ever since then. And that loss to Daniel Bryan on the first episode of Voltage did not help either, because that was a qualification matchup to enter into a number one contenders match for the world title. Naito has since nabbed his first win, though, after a series of losses. He defeated Ricochet on an episode of Voltage, and has continued to stir the pot and get in the mind of Daniel Bryan, constantly just antagonizing him and instigating him to try and get into physical confrontations. And whenever Bryan would finally confront him, Naito would just go nah and back down. But those weeks of antagonizing Daniel Bryan coming back to bite him now. He has to fight Bryan. But then again, maybe Naito has wanted to fight Bryan the whole time, and it's just he wants to do it on his terms. And by playing mind games with Daniel Bryan, Bryan, furiously angry, just desperately wants to get his hands on Naito. He might have Bryan already psyched out in a way, because Bryan might be a little bit too focused on retribution to wrestle. So Naito playing the psychological game to give himself the advantage. We have a clean break, surprisingly, though, out of that collar and elbow tie-up. We're going to tie up again. Once again, Naito backs Bryan down. Referee's going to let him sort it out this time, and they just have a clean break themselves. But Naito, big right hand, and he's giving it to Bryan. But now he went to suplex him. Bryan headbutts him. Great counter. Now Bryan going to back Naito down into the corner. Keep it clean. But now Bryan, now he gives it to Naito. Naito, rolls through, out of the German suplex. And a slapper across the face. A backhanded slapper across the face of Bryan. So out of that break, Naito went to strike Bryan again, but Bryan saw it coming that time, and he struck first. Flying forearm by Tetsuya Naito, though. Naito got him up. Oh, release suplex. Sweep slide out from under Naito, kick to the back. Stomps on him now, targeting the arm, trying to rip out that shoulder joint, as Bryan is a master technician. Knows just about any and every possible way to hurt you, how to hurt the human body. No nature to count. Naito doesn't dignify it. He kicks out once Bryan even really got in position for that pin. Not even a 1 count, it was a 0 count. Oh, Bryan continuing the fight though. Pulls him off the ropes and a back suplex. Naito all folded up and out of sorts. Uppercut, trying to create some space between him and Bryan now, but Bryan, uppercut of his own, puts Naito back down. Naito unable to come back right there. Jawbreaker, will that stun work? Yes, it does. It gave Naito the space and moment of opportunity needed. Takes him down with the big flying forearm. Well, awkward grab though, but now turns into an arm wringer. Well, a hammerlock on Bryan, but Bryan gets out of it really quickly. Don't get technical with Daniel Bryan. Oh, stomp across the arm on the elbow there now. A dragon sleeper side of the ring is the technique of Daniel Bryan, the technical submission skill. He is a submission specialist. And it was, oh, Naito, oh, running tornado DDT, and Bryan taken out now. And Naito, tranquilo. Feeling good about himself right now. Lets Bryan back in the ring there. And now fronting drop kick by Naito. I was trying to say, before dating back to that first matchup they had on that first episode of Voltage, here in the cover by Naito, 1 count. Daniel Bryan did tap Naito out with the label lock. So Naito has tapped out to Bryan before. Gotta look to evade doing that again, for sure. Oh, Bryan, Muay Thai kick to the leg, takes him out, and a shining wizard. Bryan, just so technical, well-placed kick, dropped him to 1 knee, and now look at this. Bryan into the Romero special. It's painful submission hold here. Wait a minute. Transitioning side. Oh my God! Naito! He's gonna get broken in half by Daniel Bryan. Romero special into a dragon sleeper. Naito, a desperation punch to the temple to get out of that one. A flying forearm by Bryan. Naito's on the back foot now. Jesus. That was a disgusting submission right there. This time Bryan, oh, Naito, he went to hit him with a shoulder charge through the ropes, and Bryan caught him. Bryan scouted that one. Naito looking for that shoulder charge to the gut, and he got caught neck first with a hot shot by Bryan. They're crashing into my announce table out here now, though, as Bryan continues the attack on Naito, as he's finally been able to get his hands on this man, and he's relished the opportunity to inflict damage. Naito, though, oh, atomic drop, and down goes Bryan. Referee up to a count of 6, though, and oh, Daniel Bryan eats the steel post, and things might have just turned around for Tetsuya Naito. Count of 7. Bryan gets him back in. They gotta get back in. They do. Naito, he might have sealed the deal in a way. Might have started the beginning and the end for Bryan. Now a neck breaker on the head. And Bryan's neck and head is hurt now after eating that steel post, and that neck breaker was a calculated follow-up. Bryan, Northern Light suplex, trying to stay in it though. Using the power of the people now. That he's a little hurt now. Dragon Sleeper on Naito, going back to the submission game once again. Bryan, the submission wrestler. Naito knees his way free again, going after that now possibly concussed head of Daniel Bryan. Naito, oh, counters Bryan. Gonna whip him across the ring. Look out, Little H. Woo! And Naito, drop kick by Bryan. He shook it off that time. Mid kicks. Look at these mid kicks by Bryan. Quick strikes, but Naito able to get out of that. See the speed on those strikes by Daniel. Back elbow creates some separation, gets the leg checked by Naito. And a big heavy-handed shot. Emphatic right hand by Naito. Back elbow, blocked. Gonna whip him again, this time into the corner. And squishes Bryan. Clothesline to the back of the head. And now Naito, ooh, taking the base out of Bryan as well now. Now it's Bryan looking for some separation out the uppercut. Oh, he went for that leg kick. Naito stopped him this time, and a release suplex. Dumps Bryan down again. Naito's been in pretty good control ever since that steel post shot, and Gloria! Naito might have just won it, but oh, he's a little woozy. Trying to catch his breath here. Bryan gets back to his feet. Oh, and there's the leg kick. Caught him. Now the Muay Thai kicks, the yes kicks. Bryan giving the business to Naito on a roundhouse. Naito able to roll out and dodge though, but got caught. Bryan throws him with a suplex. Bryan's got the momentum his side now. The yes move in full swing. Buzaki knee! Huge knee strike to the face. Naito's out cold, I think. 1, 2. Oh! Naito still in it. Bryan asking the referee, are you sure, mate? Are you sure, man? That was really close. And oh, Naito! Great flexibility there with the kick and a flying forearm again. Oh! That was disgusting. Scraping his boot across the forehead. Right hand, mid kick. Went for a leg kick, stopped. Grabs hold, Bryan, slips free, gut shot. Into the corner. Drop kick to the back. Naito, reeling, he's on the ropes. Literally now. Bryan with the machine guns, he's feeling it now. Oh, he wants Naito back in. Then come back in, bud. Naito's not coming back in though, he's content staying out there. Bryan's like, oh, you don't want to come in? I'll bring you back in. The hard way, suplex from the apron back into the ring. Bryan picking him up and another uppercut from Tetsuya Naito. I thought he was going to look for that flying forearm again, not this time. Bryan looked for that suplex again. From the apron, grabs hold of the tights, got him up. Suplex to the center ring again. The beginning of the end for Naito may be in order. Oh God. Bryan, oh no. The arm, not meant to bend that way. And Daniel Bryan, showing a level of viciousness we don't normally see. He's pissed with Naito. Oh. Naito got out of it with that nice toss. Naito going up top. He might be looking to break out an old maneuver. Stardust press. Oh, Bryan got the knees up. Back to his Stardust Genius days. European uppercut. Now Bryan pulls him in. This time he beat him last time. Lola Ballock, center of the ring. Naito desperate, crawling. Trying to get to the ropes. Oh, can he get there? Oh, is he tapping out? But did he tap? No! He got out this time. Ground and pound. But the damage might have been done to the arm. Naito takes out the knee. Shin breaker. Naito stalking his prey for the victory. Looking for Destino. No. Countered. Snapmare takedown. Back elbow counter by Naito. Clotheslines Bryan out the ring. Oh my, everybody wants to take a dive tonight. From the top rope. Naito fist drop to the ground. Right to the sternum. Or the lower abdomen rather. And now you might not say, well, get the fuck out of here. I'm moving my show this time. Yeah, you ain't doing that this time. Naito got him up again. Look for that atomic drop like he did last time. Bryan countered. Elbow back of the head. Or the side of the head. Either way, it was effective. Bryan saying, get back in here. Naito got caught. Tiger suplex with a bridge. 1, 2. Oh, that was great form by Bryan, but not enough for the victory. He's got a big sense of urgency, though. He's going immediately back on the attack. Referee can't believe what he's seeing. These kicks are devastating. Naito. How much more can he take? Roundhouse. He's out. Bryan with the cover. 1, 2, 3. Daniel Bryan. Victory over Tetsuya Naito. Daniel Bryan finally gets his retribution on Los Ingonables. Down goes Tetsuya Naito. And his win-loss record ain't improving anytime soon after that. Da, 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 da. Brian Naito going to war tonight. And Brian comes out the victor.
Here's your winner, Daniel Bryan.
Yes, movement is in full swing here at Mount Olympus, the biggest night in UCW history thus far. And Daniel Bryan, one of the most over men on the roster, comes out on top. More action coming your way right here at Mount Olympus. Don't go anywhere just yet.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the NXT Women's Championship.
UCW Women's World Championship is on the line. Here comes the challenger, the Demon Assassin, Rosemary. Number one contender with a highly impressive record. Who, despite being number one contender and challenging Asuka for the title here tonight, has had personal issues with Candice LeRae still yet to be resolved between the two. Rosemary having issues with her. Candice trying to get those resolved. She's been trying to get her hands on Rosemary. Rosemary using Shayna Baszler as a meat shield, more or less, as her personal hired heavy, putting a bounty on Candice. But Candice with a victory over Baszler. Nonetheless, here comes the champion, who feels like Rosemary has been nothing but disrespectful to her because she's been overlooking the champion heading into the championship match. Asuka's been the most dominant force in the women's division since UCW's inception. And Rosemary's basically treated her like an afterthought heading into their title match, and Asuka sporting a very eccentric look here tonight. She's taken this matchup very seriously. She interjected herself in that Rosemary, Candice LeRae, and Shayna Baszler feud. Not only just to even the odds, but to let Rosemary hey, don't forget about me. You're fighting me this Sunday at Mount Olympus. And here they are now. The women's world title is on the line. The top prize in the division. The champ yet to be pinned, yet to be submitted. Only blemish is when her teammate Kairi Sane took the fall in a tag team match, but Asuka herself is still yet to ever be beaten in UCW. Rosemary looking to be the first to do just that and walk out with this nice piece of hardware right there. That beautiful gold championship title.
Introducing the challenger from the pits of hell, Rosemary. Introducing the champion from Osaka, Japan. She is the NXT Women's Champion, Asuka.
Here we go. The Demon Assassin takes on the Empress of Tomorrow for the top prize in UCW's women's division. The World Championship is on the line. Can Asuka retain? Can Rosemary defeat the unbeaten champion? 30-minute title limit. Lil Nate, ring that bell. Here we go. Collar and elbow tie-up. Transitioning now to an arm wringer by Rosemary, looking surprisingly technical here in the beginning. Hammerlock pushes the champion away now. Back suplex, Asuka lands on her feet, comes in, crucifix driver, but does not hold on to it for the pin though. A little early though, respecting Rosemary's resiliency levels. Asuka did not get here by being stupid in the snap suplex on Rosemary, who's immediately getting back to her feet but clutching that lower spine. Oh, tries to go right back at Asuka. Asuka counters And a big hip attack in the corner. The butt cheek bomb. Asuka sends Rosemary for a right alley-oop. Goes for that mid-kick while she was sitting on the ground. Rosemary checked it, grabbed hold, and put her down. Dragon screw leg whip. Picking the champion up off the ground, suplex. Grabs hold of the tights and the neck, throws her. She went for a kick on the ground. Dodged. That dodged as well, and then a big single leg drop kick. Rosemary now looking good here in the beginning. Tosses the champ to the floor, and she's not going to let up. She's going to run out on the attack immediately. Not just using the fall to inflict damage, wants to inflict more. There might be nobody in the women's division who likes to inflict damage more than on an opponent than the demon assassin Rosemary. Relishes in dishing out pain and torment and torture. And a dragon screw leg whip right on the knee of the champion. She might be trying to take the base away from the champion. Big shot, Kirkpatrick. These shots missing. Asuka crumbled over. Desperation throw throws Rosemary back in the ring, but Rosemary still might have the advantage unless Asuka can take advantage here, and she does. German right in the neck, and the momentum goes back into the champion's corner now. Asuka, Dragon Sleeper of her own, much like Daniel Bryan in the match before this. Gonna choke out the challenger. Rosemary uses the knees to escape. Single leg drop kick puts the champ back down again. It's Rosemary. Oh! Soccer kick to the lower lumbar. Oh! Midsection strike, spinning heel kick caught. Those kicks of Asuka have been having a hard time finding their mark. Rosemary maybe not underestimating the champion. Looks like she's scouted out those deadly kicks of Asuka. Those kicks are among, if not the most detrimental part of Asuka's offense that you must avoid at all costs, and Rosemary's done a good job at that so far. Puts the pressure back on the champ, forcing her to expel energy, push her body off of yours with that kick out. So Rosemary looks good after that Michinoku driver. What is this? Whoa! Stop! Oh! Absolute disrespect by Rosemary. Oh no, not again. She's gonna fake the stomp again. And just a patronizing kick on the side of the head. Rosemary, look at this. No respect for the champion. Asuka being forced to sit there and take that. Went for a big Kirkpatrick, but got stuffed again. But Rosemary once again shuts down the champion and knee to the back in the corner. Asuka a little slow out of the blocks tonight. Now Rosemary, oh, Kawada kicks! Those are some heavy strikes with the kicks. And another on the spine. Rosemary's been out kicking Asuka. That is very surprising. Now, applying pressure on the shoulder as the champ's in a lot of trouble. Not looking good here in the early stage of this match. Maybe Rosemary fooled us all into how much she's been preparing for this matchup. She's been dominating the world champion. Kick. Oh, stomp rather. She's got Asuka on the ropes, literally and figuratively now, a body strike. Crumbles the champ. Oh, Asuka goes for a clothesline. Gets ducked, and Rosemary using those Asuka-esque Muay Thai kicks to the leg to take down Asuka, and Asuka's been completely taken out of her game here. Rosemary, oh! Forearm, Japanese forearm to Asuka. And Rosemary, she keeps taking the fight to the floor, but Asuka, Muay Thai kick to the leg, now some kicks to the chest here. And a roundhouse. Asuka showing how to kick. There's a mid kick again. Muay Thai kick. Look at Asuka. Look at her. She's like, this is how you do it. Giving the beat down to Rosemary. A spinning back fist. Rosemary awaking the sleeping giant. Count of 7 here. Asuka's back in the ring. 8. Rosemary's got to get back in. Asuka feels like she's won it. 9. Rosemary's going to get counted out. Asuka retains via count out. I don't think that's the way Asuka wanted to retain it, or the way any of us wanted to see that matchup go. Rosemary was dominating. She might have cost herself the match. She kept taking the fight to the outside, and now she ended up getting counted out. The series of strikes by Asuka was one hell of a rebuttal. I think she might have beaten the fight out of Rosemary. Felt like Rosemary taking some liberties with her with those strikes. Rosemary gets taken out. Asuka just shot on her outside the ring. Asuka still your women's world champion of UCW and still undefeated. Never pinned, never submitted, still your world champion. Congratulations to Asuka.